All right, hello and welcome to Layman's Guide to the Multiverse, where we dive between the panels and break through the fourth wall. I'm your host, Matt. With me, I'm
Ed. I'm sitting over here. It's good times.
I'm Doug. I'm sitting here, and it's okay times.
I'm Paulo, and I'm exhausted because I've been at work all day.
And that's bad times.
I like how you said that like you're the only one employed. Like none of us do anything else. We're just locked in some some Pokeball pocket dimension until it's time to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Have I have said this on several episodes. That is my life. Like I don't know what happens when this podcast stops.
Doug is the Detective Pikachu of the Layman's Guide to the Multiverse.
Saying, we sign off, we get that smooth jazz music. I enter an eternal cold void, and then sometime later, I hear you guys talking, and suddenly it's another episode.
Like, oh, good, I can live now.
You're kind of like
right.
that dude Thanos who just shows up at the end of all the Marvel movies,
and
right?
smirks.
Yeah.
And smirks.
I was about to say, because while Paul is being a loser and working, I know for a fact while Doug was in the Nether realm, me and Ed were definitely in line for the Avengers Endgame tickets.
Did you guys get tickets?
No.
Are you guys going over
No.
the
Fuck
weekend?
everything about that.
No.
Do you guys want to spend $1,000 on an extra pair of tickets?
God,
no.
Because I could hook you up.
No, I'm okay with not spending
Oh my God.
$1,500.
They're going that high.
Yeah, they are going that high.
Jesus
If
Christ.
anybody needs an extra pair of tickets, you talk to your boy Paulo. He'll
It's your
hook you up.
boy Paulo from Staten.
Is this episode even going to come out before that movie comes
It
out?
is actually. It's going to come out that week, I believe.
Ooh.
Damn, we're getting good.
We are getting solid on our
You know,
release
rock
schedules.
solid.
You know who else is really
Who's that?
good at being a bad guy? Thanos.
Ooh, he's got a purpley ball chin.
Yeah.
He's got a great ball chin.
He's got one of the best ball chins, but he's also really good at being bad.
Homeboy
Is he-
has testicles near his mouth.
Is he though? Is he as good? Is he as good as my boy Doom?
Dude, he took out
Well,
half. Look, okay, first off, he has better movie appearances. Okay.
that's inarguable, Paulo. I'm sorry, and I love Doom.
And he wiped out half of the planet.
Okay, question.
The
though.
universe.
First of all,
question,
half
though,
the
question, though,
universe-
question though.
Oh,
Was
the universe.
Thanos on Grey's Anatomy?
No, but he was in the Deadpool 2 movie.
We can't know that. As long as he has the gauntlet at any time, he could inject himself into it, and he could have always been a part of it.
Excuse you, it only works in that universe.
Yeah,
That's also true.
and I'm
Grey's
assuming...
Anatomy takes place in a different universe, Doug. Come on.
I assume that Grey's Anatomy is a universal constant throughout
Listen,
the multiverse.
I don't even main character Grey's Anatomy versus Thanos. I think the main character of Grey's Anatomy is taking this one, dude. Prove me wrong.
I'm just.
I don't even know where this is going anymore.
I don't either. Ed has put me in a position where I cannot possibly prove it.
Let's go, man. Dr. Drama versus Thanos.
No, you know-
wait, isn't it Dr. McDreamy?
No, that's a
that
different
guy's
guy.
dead.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. It's been
No,
How
you-
dare you, Doug?
all I know is it's been
Oh,
on the
man.
air way too long.
Wait, that show's still going?
Yeah.
There are people in our audience who probably will fight you for saying that.
What? That I don't watch Grey's Anatomy?
No, that it's been on too long.
Oh, that was what I said. Okay. Well, if you want to fight me, my name is Paulo.
Listen, no one's confusing me for you, Doug. I'm sorry.
Holy shit, the hot takes.
Oh, burn. All right.
All right.
All right. This is getting intense, man.
Yeah, it's getting very intense.
Yeah, we're going camping.
It's getting
That's how
very
It's
intense
like
it is.
it's like this. You know, the universe's fate is at stake.
Or at least half of it.
Yeah.
What kind of steak?
Almost like.
Like a ribeye, but one that's rotting and dead.
That's awful.
Eh,
That's a terrible ribeye. No one wants.
Yeah,
to
I
eat
know.
that.
You'd be surprised. I was a waiter for a while. People love burnt to shit steaks.
Yeah, I'm just saying I wouldn't eat it.
Anyway, though, the Thanos fella.
Let's
Sorry,
talk about this.
Let's
Thanos,
talk about
buddy.
Thanos because it's like literally the title of our episode.
It
Today.
is.
So-
I'm waiting for you to ask some questions.
What are you talking about? The name of this episode is Great Ball Chin.
All right, I'm not letting you upload this episode, Paulo.
His
Oh,
chin
man.
looks like what like the purple juicy juice tastes like. Does that make sense?
No,
No,
'cause
because-
juicy juice is just flavored prune juice half the time.
What?
Yeah, but, well,
what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, they take apple juice and prune juice and reflavor it to whatever the fuck juice is on the
Really?
lid.
Okay.
I mean, that it sounds delicious.
Yes,
though.
kinda. Yeah, I was gonna say yes, kinda, but juicy juice is still like 99% juice. Or
Well, that's how
Yeah,
they
it's
that's how they
99%
do
prune
it.
juice
It's-
apparently.
We
Yeah,
don't know
I
what
don't
kind
care.
of juice. It could
Juice.
be prune juice. Could be
Could
grape
be-
juice.
Huh.
Could be Thanos juice.
It-
Oh,
like, it tastes-
nobody
Oh.
wants.
okay, yeah, you ruined juicy juice for me.
You're welcome. Well, great sacrifices must be made.
The betterment of the universe.
Yes. Oh man. So anyway, but yeah, like, can you think of a better bad guy that's been in the movies?
Dr.
I mean,
Doom.
seriously, that's been in a movie.
I mean, how
Magneto.
deeply am I thinking about their logic?
Sabretooth.
In terms of pulling off their plot.
Well, I mean, in terms
The
of
Juggernaut.
succeeding. No, I was gonna say, in terms of succeeding at their plot, Thanos is pretty much, at the tippity top as far as movie villains go.
The Joker.
but-
CGI from Wolverine X-Men Origins.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly the true villain of that movie. Have you seen it?
Oh my god.
No,
It's terrible.
Bro,
you are
Bro
right.
here.
I'm just saying, Thanos. I interchanged Thanos and Thanos. Sorry, guys, but
Thanos. Like the anus.
Thanos, not.
Insert
It's
Ant-Man
not
meme
Thanos.
here.
But anyway, I was just gonna say, I don't want to put this. It's just that
Thanos is the greatest bad guy on screen.
No.
There you go.
he has accomplished more
That's
than
fair.
any bad
That's
guy
fair.
on screen. I can't say he's the greatest because
Bane. Bane's done more.
no, he
Ooh.
hasn't. But
Population of Gotham City, couple million. Population of at least the entire Earth, couple billion. Think he's got Bane beat.
well,
And he doesn't have a silly accent.
also 7 billion. Get with the times, Matt.
Oh, imagine! But imagine if Thanos did have that Bane voice.
That'd actually be kind of amusing.
That's a lot of fun.
Only
that
after
is-
you've seen half the population turn to dust, then I'll let you die.
What is it? What's the line? he
I
says
was
to
born
Gamora?
in Infinity. What?
Really adapted to it.
What about Gamora?
What was the line that he gave to Gamora about having to kill half the population? I don't remember what the hell that was.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I
Damn
just
you,
wish-
Uncle Ben! You've killed us all.
Listen, Thanos has crossed over with Spider-Man,
Oh,
but we're not going to get into that just yet.
That's later.
Yet, yeah, we will get into that.
All right, let's get back on track because I
I'm
could-
trying to. The thing is okay. So what I was saying was, Thanos has been the most successful villain in superhero movie history by his agenda. But if you look at his agenda, there's a few flaws.
You sound like you've watched 4 million possible outcomes.
No, I watched one movie that was poorly thought out.
Ooh.
Ooh, what movie?
Shit! Oh shit!
No,
Hot take right
I-
there.
I'm
Hot
saying,
take. He doesn't like
It
Infinity
is.
War.
What?
No, I loved Infinity War, but I had to suspend my disbelief because here's this guy saying, "Oh, the universe is too overpopulated. There's not enough resources for everybody. I'm going to get an object that will make me omnipotent. I can do anything I want." And what does he do? He doesn't make resources unlimited. He doesn't go, "Hey, here's I don't know, I'm going to multiply the number of planets in the universe by 40." He's just like, "No, fuck you guys. Half of you need to die." And it's such a short-sighted solution because even if the half of a population that dies on a planet causes global economic collapse, the population is going to regrow.
Eventually.
And yeah, but the thing is, when eventually he's not even that far away. We're talking a few thousand years.
And
Also, if
nothing.
I remember,
Go ahead.
yeah. So go ahead, Ed, I'm sorry.
Oh, so I'm looking at that and going, okay, so half of the universe is populated because it's not just the Earth; it's the universe.
Yeah, universe.
So it's half the universe's
Oh, there
population
ain't shit out there.
is gone, right?
right.
But like, let's say hypothetically that like a doctor was in the middle of surgery,
Mhm.
and now that doctor's gone. That guy's fucking dead. So that's another guy dead.
Oh no, that's why I was talking about systemic collapse.
Well,
No, I
not only
understand
just
that
that.
would compound it.
One other thing. Didn't
What?
he say he was going to remove half of all living things in the universe?
Yeah.
That includes animals.
That includes
That
bacteria.
includes bacteria. That includes vegetables and plants and all that other stuff.
Fuck him.
So,
Broccoli's
yeah.
not
Oh
only that,
fuck! Any
he's-
street is doomed.
Yes, exactly. Thank
No.
you.
He is creating a universe-wide pandemic in this or epidemic, or actually no, none of those words are right. That's for a disease. But the point is, he's creating a shortage of resources and a shortage of people, and creating huge collapses on any planet advanced enough to rely on an interwoven social network. But
Oh man, Lex Luthor was
What
in
is-
that movie.
what?
Oh, so
Oh.
Justin Timberlake.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thanos had stock in MySpace before he did this.
I was wondering. I was wondering what you guys were laughing at. I'm like, I just made like a cogent point. Like, what the fuck are these guys laughing at? But,
Unfriended.
okay.
That's what we're laughing at.
No, but
No,
the
you're
thing
absolutely
is
right.
that
Though. You're
okay?
absolutely right.
Yeah, like it might take 1,000 years. It might take 10,000 years. Let's say it takes 100,000 years. The population's going to come back. You know, that is not a solution. I mean, like, okay, so 20 years ago, we had 2 billion less people on this planet. And like 50 years before that, we had 2 or 3 billion less people on this planet. Like, it did not take us very long to go from like 1 billion to 7.
I mean, before this
Is-
turns into a podcast about like our own inability to sustain ourselves as a fucking species, Thanos fucked up. He
Yeah,
fucked up.
well, it's just it's faulty logic. But yeah, but they had to do that to make him. They had to do that to make him a villain you can empathize with. Which, as we all know, villains you can empathize with are the best villains because people can relate and project themselves. You know.
I don't agree. I think
Really?
I think the best villains are the people that are doing it just because they're fucking evil.
Really.
I find a villain like Sauron, the
No,
giant
yeah.
pterodactyl man that lives in the Savage Land.
Oh,
Yeah.
I find him way more interesting, man.
Then Thanos?
Okay. Well,
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
He has a fucking ray. Like he's got this like giant fucking, I don't know, like 1950s ray gun that's turning people into dinosaurs. Right?
Well, just for the hell of
Yeah.
it, right?
No. So like he's doing it because he wants to, right? Spider-Man brings up the point that he's like, you're super fucking smart. Like you could do anything with it. You could cure cancer. Like you could save the world. And he's like, I totally could, but I don't want to cure cancer. I want to
No,
turn
I know
everybody
it's-
into dinosaurs. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
I hear that in the Monarch's voice whenever he says that. I don't want to cure cancer. I want to be evil.
I want to turn everybody into dinosaurs. Like,
I was thinking Skeletor's voice.
I'll turn
Also
everyone into
accurate.
butterflies.
Yeah. Yes.
But all right, no. But in all seriousness, though, that's part of the problem is you now have to find a way to make this character who we've only seen
sit in a chair.
sit in a chair
And-
at
and
the
smirk,
end of
excuse me.
every of- listen, okay. In about 15 movies, he has shown up for about 5 to 10 minutes.
If that.
If
Yeah,
that.
combined between all of those.
Combined between all of them. And not even all 22, because the end credit scenes for those prior movies required other build-up. So, okay, fine. Whatever. So now you have a movie where you have to make your main villain relatable. You have to make him interesting for people to actually care about his motivations. And also on the plus side,
Ye-
you get an actor who's pretty good at playing bad in this circumstance. Like Brolin did a great job.
Just a
with
little bit.
Thanos.
Just
He
a
had
little
he
bit.
had he had enough of a big enough chin for them to do a CGI ball sack on it.
Exactly, and super CGI ball sack, just fucking
You see, but,
great
like-
ball chin.
You see, but like on the scale of like empathetic bad guys, I think like the most empathetic you get like a Walter White, where you see the entire show from his perspective, so you don't realize till like season 5, like, oh fuck, this guy is like really fucking bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well,
and then on the other side, you got like Thanos, where it feels like they just gave him, hey, like, oh, why am I doing this? Oh, because we don't have enough resources. We're just gonna kill half the year. So okay, he gave us a reason.
all right.
Yeah, but it's a dumb
Matt,
reason.
No, Matt,
I'm
I'm sorry. No, I'm going to interject right here. First off, Matt, we need to talk about Breaking Bad later because Walt was always the bad guy, and if you didn't realize that till season 5, you were missing the point of the show.
But you see why he did all that stuff.
Well,
That's what I'm
of
saying.
course,
You understand. You can see
I
where he's coming from.
understand. I understand that he's a terrible human being.
But the reason I brought it up though is because a lot of people didn't like Skylar White because people thought she was just being ridiculous from the get-go. She got a lot of
I know.
Did you realize
Everybody
later
hated
on
her. They're always
on
like,
that,
"Oh, that bitch Skylar."
Yeah.
No. Like, do you know what you would do in that situation? She is the most reasonable character in the show.
I don't know about reasonable, man.
I wouldn't say reasonable either, but
I don't know.
let's be honest
There
here,
are
that's-
situations in that show where I'm like, yo, just fucking talk about it. Yo,
Exactly.
just fucking talk about it. Just be like, why did you do this? Just be, or just be like, did you do the thing?
But it's
just talk
Walt,
about it.
But it's Walt that's not talking.
Exactly.
Neither of them
She's
are.
trying to.
Yeah, and she's
They're both
afraid.
awful.
Yeah, but you know what?
And you know
though?
what? So
at
is
the
the
end
kid.
of at the end
The
of
kid's a fucking
but at the-
piece of shit too. Fuck all of them.
Yeah, but once the kid gets the Infinity Gauntlet and wipes out half of New Mexico, and then Walt figures out a way to synthesize meth so that he can make himself really tiny on command, so that when Thanos drops by, he crawls up Thanos' ass and expands himself to
And gets Thanos
stop him.
super cranked.
Yo, give me Thanos versus Walt Jr. versus the main character from Grey's Anatomy right fucking now.
All right. All I know,
And make a better sitcom than Roseanne.
all I know is that we, after this privately, we need to have a Breaking Bad conversation because I do not feel like we've gotten the same thing from this show. But no, let's move forward from that in the sense that okay, so we talked about Thanos' flawed motivations in the movies, but at the same time, like we were talking about, we had to make him relatable. They had to give him a viewpoint that people could hear and go, that does make some sense. I can see why he would do that.
Have we discussed what his motivations are to do what he did in the comics?
Well,
No,
we
I
haven't
bet
even really
heavily.
talked. Oh, I guess we
No,
have.
I was just getting into that. Where I was going to say, in the comics, his motivations
Completely different.
completely different to the point where you'd go, huh, I get his motivations, but he is
Completely unrelatable because we can't do that in real life.
Wait, what?
No, I
You-
was going to say,
Wait, you get his motivation in the comics?
let me finish.
Are you
I was gonna
relating
say,
to his motivation in the comics?
But what is he
Because
even
I think
doing
we
in the
have to have a
comics?
conversation about
We're
your
gonna have to have a
motivations.
separate conversation.
No, I was going to say, like, you can go, oh, I get his motivations, love, but wait, that doesn't, no, this doesn't work.
So can we get into the comics? Because I mean, from what I've read of the older comics, apparently he was some sort of helicopter pilot, I believe.
He was, and we will get into that. But Matt, first, I think the perfect way to preface this: tell me what you know about Thanos from the movies. Like, just describe the character and his motivations.
Okay. Big McLarge, huge with a overripe grape for a head, and he just thinks that half the living organisms need to be wiped out in order for the betterment of the universe.
Okay, now here's how that compares and contrasts to actual Thanos' motivations.
Wait. Can I say it? Can I say it?
Yes.
He's got a massive erection for death.
He does, because he's goth as fuck.
He doesn't look like he came out of a Hot Topic. I don't see him with
That caught
the.
me 100% off guard.
I'm just imagining Thanos walking around with like, you know, a My Chemical Romance T-shirt, the skinny jeans, the two-tone
Totally
shoes.
relatable. That is a relatable Thanos.
No, that kind of
God.
is in the sense that because for all of his like, oh, you know, I'm the best, I'm the strongest, I'm Thanos, the Mad Tyrant, the Conqueror. He has a super emo crush on Death.
It's not an emo crush, man. It is just like a massive hard-on for her.
Wait a second. So does he just want to kill everybody because somebody roared at his girl?
No,
on MySpace.
Okay, no. What
no,
you're not getting is Death itself in the
girl
Marvel
is.
universe. Yeah, Death itself in the Marvel universe, in the Marvel Comics universe, is an actual person
It's a lady.
thing. It is.
I mean, she is in DC.
It's an entity.
She is a lady. Death is a lady. She has a very 10 out of 10 body, but a skull for a head.
But a skull out of 10 for a face.
Oh, it's like that Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
movie.
Face Off?
Yeah.
Oh man, can we get Walt Jr. and Thanos in Face Off too?
Yes.
All right, but no, in all seriousness though, so Thanos, so the whole point of why he gathers the Infinity Gauntlet in the comic books is because he wants to do something to prove to Death that he is worthy of her.
Yeah, he's just trying to impress Death.
Yeah.
He's like, I love Death so much, I
Yeah.
will kill for Death.
Yeah, Death is an embodied concept. It is basically a
First of all, Deadpool
Well, yeah,
did not fuck a concept. Okay, Deadpool has fucked indeed Death. So let's be honest here.
He went.
Wait, what?
He went
Alright.
He went purple balls deep into Death.
all right. We are going all over the place, guys. Focus. Okay.
We're not good at that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Death exists as a cosmic abstract being in the universe, just like Eternity, Infinity, Master Chaos, and Lord Order, or
Master Chaos.
Lord-
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
Master
Lord-
Chaos
Lord-
and Lord
Lord-
Order's name in my metal
Lord
band's new
Cha-
EP.
I think it's Lord Chaos and Master Order.
Is that
but,
after the Doom Agenda?
But the point is that Death is literally the cosmic personification of the concept of death. And Death has been courting Thanos since he was a child.
So what you're
And,
saying is
Ooh.
Death was courting Thanos.
yeah.
Death is a
And
pedophile.
Little boy, pretty boy, I need
You
you.
took that right out of my
Pretty boy.
mouth. I was literally going to be like, you told me Death's a pedophile?
So did Death.
Well, the
Oh.
thing is like you would this is a hard thing for me to say, but even more than being a pedophile, the biggest problem with Death's relationship with Thanos is that Death is such a bitch to him. No,
Are you
Death
trying to make
treats
me
him
feel
like
bad?
garbage?
Are you trying to make me feel bad for Thanos because his girlfriend treats him like shit?
No.
You know what? This whole parallel, that joke I made before about him having stock in MySpace and going to Hot Topic. I mean, you're only strengthening it right
Really?
now.
Like, what a bitch. When you break it down this way, that it's like his girlfriend treats him like shit, so he just kills a bunch of people to try to impress her? He fucking sucks.
Thanos is not
Fuck
the
this
victim.
guy.
Thanos is responsible for his own actions. He is not the victim here.
Fair
but
enough.
Death is still a bitch.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Death is still a bitch.
All right,
Regardless, so
should we
Thanos,
go into
that's-
yeah,
Yeah, let's start from the top.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Should we
So,
go into his origins?
let's go into his origins. Unlike Ant-Man going into his organs.
His orifice.
his orifice.
Heyo.
Oh my god.
But,
Oh, Thanos' secret orifices.
Unpleasant.
Oh, John.
Thanos
Thanos just wants to explore his sexuality with Paul Rudd.
That is subjective. Not everyone would agree with you there, Doug. Some people might enjoy that.
So, Doug, my first question for you about Thanos is, what emo band did he have on his MySpace page as a
How could this happen to me? Like,
I think it's Blink 182, but he tells everybody else it's a different band.
they're not an emo band.
Well, no. Okay, so in all seriousness, so Thanos is, or they call him the Mad Titan, but amazingly
They do.
enough, his childhood pretty fucking normal, actually.
I was gonna say they should replace
Oh,
that M with
well,
an S.
Well,
except for his birth.
aside from the fact that his mom decided when she saw his fucking grape face that she was just gonna fucking straight up try to murder him.
Why?
Have you seen him? I would have murdered him as a baby too.
I just assume his mom and dad must have looked something like him.
No,
They did not.
actually, no.
So you mean to tell me they're ball sacks on the normal part of their body?
Yes. Okay, so
I like how you said that, like you know for a fact. Like that you hang out with them. Yes.
You
Their
know-
balls are in
you
the right
know-
place.
You know Titan
I'm
Anatomy,
pretty
Doug.
sure Eternals have fucked people before. I
thought you said I'm pretty sure turtles have fucked people, and I'm like,
Eternals.
maybe I don't know. Ask Emperor O'Neill.
Guys, it doesn't make a bit of difference. The balls are inert.
Okay, all right, time out. We have
This
to
is-
give
I
this
it.
has
shaved
been
my
so hard.
mustache.
I'm
Duh.
trying to get factual, but this is so hard.
Yeah, kind of like Thanos' erection for death.
Okay. Time out. Woosa. All right, back to what we were saying. So, yes.
Okay.
When he was born, he was born to this pair of Titans. Now, in the movie, they say that the Titans are
Alar and Suisan.
right.
No.
But before you even do that, the Titans are a race of people from a far off planet. In the Marvel comics,
In the movies.
yeah, in the movies, in the Marvel comics, the Titans are actually people from the planet, from the moon Titan that is a moon
Saturn.
of Saturn. Yes.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask. I remember it. I remember them being like from the proximity of Saturn.
Yes.
Right.
So they are technically from our solar system, albeit.
Yes.
So Thanos
there
is
is-
born. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Doug.
No, I was going to say there is a race of humanoids called the Eternals who were basically created by the Celestials, and they tend to have like greater abilities. In a way, they're like mutants or Inhumans. It's just another category in Marvel. But so there were 2 colonies of Eternals on the Moon Titan. One of them failed, but then they combined it to one. And that's where Thanos' parents met and fell in love and gave birth to a child who
Purple baby ball sack.
yeah, he was born with something called deviant syndrome, which is the deviants are a type of mutant within the Eternal genetics.
He's a mutant. He's a double
Yeah.
mutant. Kill him.
Whoa.
Somebody
Right.
get Senator Kelly on the phone.
Right.
We got a
And-
6-1
yeah.
deal.
Like for the I was gonna say, for the record, all the other Eternals look like people with like, regular human skin colors.
Yeah, it's a fucking Thanos is just a purple Balchinian.
Yeah. And
Somebody get Will Smith.
upon giving birth to Thanos, his mother held him in her arms and looked in his eyes and saw death and went crazy and tried to murder her baby.
Good times, guys.
She was stopped.
Good
Yeah.
times.
She was restrained by his father, and he actually did go on to become a well-liked and respected member of the community. He was polite, friendly, incredibly intelligent, like a super genius even among them.
Yo, like people actually
Uh,
liked him. He was a fucking nice
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, nice guys finished
He
last.
was. He was a nice guy. In fact, he had a moral disdain for the concept of death at this point.
He wanted to stop death.
but-
Is that what you're saying?
No, he just hated the idea of killing or things having to die.
He wanted to stop death until he hit puberty and was like, "Yo, that bitch is hot."
Well, that's
Yeah.
you're not wrong, because here's what happened is that he starts having these interactions with this woman who basically kind of seems to know a little too much about him, and
He
like
starts
kind of
having these urges. He starts
Yeah.
getting hair in different places.
she kind of goads him into exploring the darker aspects of himself
Oh
that he's kind of
my.
kept buried.
Is Ant-Man going to explore the darker recesses of him too?
Well, we've already talked. He might enjoy that. We'll get into that later.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't kink shame here. This podcast is kink free, kink shaming free.
No, yeah, kink shaming free. We are so full of kinks.
I like that band.
They are mad at it. They do Kids in America, right?
No, they did that song Alan later covered. You really get me, girl. What was it called?
I'm gonna do a long. I'm gonna cut you guys off.
That's the Kinks.
I'm gonna do a long story short so we can get through his youth. Long story short, she's like, "Oh yeah, you should explore this. Like figure out death and what it means to you." And he's like, "No,
this.
yeah." So
You should try this. It'd make me very happy. Okay,
I want you to draw me wearing this and nothing but this.
Anyway, so he goes to this cave because he is very scientifically curious and he's looking for some info on some life forms there. There's a cave in and the creatures killed the two people he went with, and he managed to escape. And after this, this woman that he has been kind of cajoling him finally convinces him that he needs to, enact revenge on behalf of the people who died. So he convinces him to go back down there and kill the creatures that killed the people who were with him. And this starts to pique his interest in death, and eventually
sort of snowball, if you will.
It does. He kills a couple people, like a couple fellow Titans, and then he kills his own mother to see if he could figure out why he feels the way he does inside.
Wow.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Like I want to make a joke about that, but
oh no, I got you. Hey, Mike, try to kill me. I'm gonna kill you back.
Yeah.
There you go. That works.
Yeah. He ends up killing another 15 Titans, like murdering them in secret, and then he goes to space and joins a pirate crew. Believe it or not, just to
is it the
further
Starjammers?
explore...
Is it the Starjammers?
No, it's not. No, it's a much more evil pirate crew.
Oh,
I'm just chuckling about he kills 15 Titans. It's like 15 Titans go to the graveyard because they're killed by Thanos.
So he joins his pirate crew and to explore again this focus on violence and death and conquering. And he eventually gets into a conflict with his captain because his captain is averse to killing, and at this point Thanos is kind of I'm on board with this.
Thanos
so
is all
he kills
about that murder, death, kill.
Yeah, he kills the captain, takes charge of the pirate fleet, goes back to Titan, air bombs Titan with the pirate fleet, and then transports himself down to the surface to finish off any and all survivors by hand.
And this was in the 70s?
They kind of elaborate upon it later in the 90s and 2000s.
If there's something that I've learned when it comes to like Marvel Comics in a way, they like to flesh out their villains' backstories later on.
Gotcha.
Right.
They kind of got to see if he's viable first.
Well, not just that, but also because their villains were created in a time of silliness.
Thanos copter.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into that real quick?
But anyway, so after he does this, this is when the woman that he had been in contact with, who's kind of, cajoling him, he realized no one else could see her except him. And that's when she revealed the fact that she was death.
So not only is death like just an abstract thing, but it's also his imaginary girlfriend.
From Canada! You've never met her! But she totally exists.
Yeah. But
oh my god.
but
She also convinced him to kill all those people.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But
oh my god.
Anyway, so thus begin.
Wasn't that the topic of Motion City soundtrack album where the guy finds out his girlfriend is death all along and only he can see him? I might be imagining the mid 2000s way differently.
No. But anyway, so
It's
that
like
is his
I'm
origin, and that is I know. No, but that was his origin, and that was what founded his love of death and his basically his quest to earn the affection of Lady Death.
Hey, buddy, why don't you kill these guys, eh?
And
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not
my
your pal, friend.
There is something seriously fucking wrong with
Something wrong with Thanos too.
Well,
His
yeah,
imaginary Canadian girlfriend.
there is a lot wrong with Thanos. That's what I'm talking about. So again, let's compare and contrast. Compare and contrast MCU Thanos versus comic Thanos. MCU Thanos. I need to save the universe by killing half of everything in it. Comic Thanos. I'm going to kill half the universe so that, my bitch can have half the universe and the other half can still breed to give her more later.
No, she wants a handy from his girl.
Yeah, man.
There's
Wait,
a
what?
reason that it's the gauntlet.
oh shit!
Oh,
Oh god damn
That
it!
did not.
That was terrible.
Because the Infinity Cod piece didn't have a good ring to it.
it had a great ring. It was a cock ring.
If it was Infinity Cod piece, I'm just imagining doing like one of the air thrusting to like wipe out half the universe.
Listen, Valdo's been in control of the Infinity Cod piece for like 600 years, and he's not giving up control.
Thanos does a DX thing to kill that.
Yes! Yes!
Break it down, motherfucker.
Dude, how fucked would the universe be
Oh my God.
if Thanos was like part of either the Jets or the Sharks? They'd be going up to Rumble, and as he's going up snapping to Brawl, like half the other crew's gonna fucking peer.
No, not for nothing. We would get that if Avengers Endgame was directed by Michael Bay.
Yes!
I was
Oh,
choked
that
on
just-
water just now.
Oh, that motherfucker loves West Side Story.
Just hearing that made me depressed.
What, West Side Story?
No, fucking Endgame directed by Michael Bay.
I think that's a good time for a break, guys.
You find out he's a lizard in human skin that is being controlled by spiders. He orchestrated Humpty Dumpty falling off the wall.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Humpty Dumpty's fall was an inside job.
Yeah, look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. I have sources. They won't let me source them or say their name, but I know.
I know everything.
Paulo, what do you know about Tower 7?
I would say, what do I know about what?
Don't respond. Just keep going.
I don't know what he's asking me.
You don't want to.
I do, because I need to answer him. You can't just say some shit like that and then expect me not to know what the hell I've been.
I can't ask you about Tower 7.
What about Tower 7?
Exactly. What about Tower 7, Paulo? Look into it.
What about S Club 7?
Ooh.
What was S Club 7?
All right, and we're back. So we talked a little bit about the Marvel Cinematic rendition of Thanos. Wipes out Thanos.
It's all whatever.
He's Thanos when Ant-Man goes up him. Anyway, though, Marvel Cinematic Universe Thanos wipes out half of the universe for
Reasons.
pretty shitty reasons.
Just cuz.
Yeah, just because we theorize it's because he had stock in MySpace. He probably had at least one fueled by a ramen track on his MySpace page at some
I
point.
thought that was comic book. It was comic book Thanos.
It was both. They can have some similarities.
Well, no, because comic book Thanos, according to our brilliant description by Douglas,
Oh,
comes from the Titan AE moon off of Saturn, and has a crazy Canadian girlfriend.
That you
That
totally haven't met, but she's totally real.
she's totally real, and she's like, "Hey, kill those guys, buddy."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she's totally Canadian, totally real. You haven't met her, but she's also the Avatar Death.
So Marvel Cinematic Thanos, mid 2000s emo and 90s, and comic book Thanos is true 90s goth. So there you go. There you have it. So what else do you have to tell us about Thanos' origin there, Douglas?
All right. Well, his origin I pretty much covered. Let's plow through his history because it won't be as hard as it sounds, because here's the thing. The character debuted in 73 in Iron Man. I believe it was Iron Man 55. And his first major storyline was in Captain Marvel issues 24 to 28, printed in 73, 74. And that's where
This
he
is
got
Captain.
Cosmic
Can we just
Cube.
clarify? This is Captain
Oh,
Marvel.
yeah, sorry. Captain Marvel.
Marvel.
The
not-
blonde dude.
Yeah, the blonde
Not-
dude. Not Carol
not-
Danvers.
Yeah. Yeah. Blonde Kree guy. I was going to say Blonde Kree, but I realized they retconned Carol Danvers, so that doesn't specify enough anymore. But yeah, the original Captain Marvel, the blonde Kree male. Anyway, so the Cosmic Cube is kind of it's a MacGuffin. It just does everything. It's basically the Infinity Gauntlet, except that they say the Infinity Gauntlet can override it because it's even stronger. But it can rewrite reality. It basically does all the same shit. Thanos had basically won, but he thought that he had drained all of the power of the cube into himself and discarded the cube, thinking it was worthless. It was not, and Captain Marvel grabbed the cube and used it to undo all of the changes to reality Thanos had made, and Thanos lost. And here's where we start a huge 17-year run of Thanos being a complete jobber.
Now, for those of you who don't know what a jobber is, all right,
It's a
this is
guy
a man-
that loses all the time.
This is a man who is a space alien god, so to speak, and is arrested by two New York City police officers. New York's finest are more powerful than space gods.
Now, is this the infamous Thanos copter?
Yes, that is the appearance of the infamous Thanos copter, which, if you don't know, is a tiny yellow helicopter that has Thanos written across both sides.
This is a real thing.
This
Yes.
is a real thing. There's an issue of
It's
Spider-Man,
from
if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Spidey Super Stories number 39 in 1974.
1974.
Yep. Once
Wow.
again, he's chasing the cosmic cube, and proceeds to get wrecked by not Spider-Man, but a child.
Wait,
And
what?
she's not a child. Her name's Hellcat.
I mean,
Patsy Walker.
yes, Patsy Walker.
Oh, I thought you were
Um,
talking about the child who had the cosmic cube. Who
Yes.
when Thanos goes to pick it up,
He's
he's like finders keepers, and the kid's like, "No, Thanos, losers, weepers," and then gets it back. That's literal dialogue, by the way.
Wait, that really wow.
That's literal dialogue.
That's grade A writing right there,
Oh,
man.
That is-
God, actually, I didn't know that. That's amazing.
That is literal
Yeah, no,
dialogue from that
the
comic.
literal dialogue from that comic. I posted it just before we started on the episode. That should tell you where our heads at when we're talking about Thanos, guys.
All right, so
He got beat by a child eating
Yeah.
some ice cream. Come on.
Yeah, so
Okay.
anyway, I tried to search for like Thanos stories like from the 80s, and I came across like 2 or 3 issues where they were inconsequential, like one-offs. And so he did nothing for a long time. But then we get to 1990 and Thanos Quest. Thanos Quest was a 2-issue series that was capturing it was the prelude to Infinity Gauntlet, which is what the movie fans would know as Infinity War. Thanos Quest saw Thanos going across the universe to get the 6 Infinity Gems, at that point still called Soul Gems, from the Elders of the Universe, beings like the Collector from the MCU. Crap, what was Goldblum's character again? The Grandmaster?
Grandmaster, yeah.
Yeah, like the Grandmaster, the Collector. Those are 2 of the Elders of the Universe that they actually show in MCU, but there's more. And they all had one of the Infinity Gems to themselves, and Thanos just went throughout the universe, collecting them one at a time, and getting them all together to form the Infinity Gauntlet, which led into a storyline called the Infinity Gauntlet. That took place in 91, I believe, and that is the storyline that Infinity War basically tries to. It doesn't copy it. There's a lot of different settings and scenarios in it, but the premise is that's where Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet and wipes out half the life in the universe.
Do they turn to Ash in the comics as well?
They just
the effect is kind of the same. They just
I think
disappear.
They just popped. Yeah, they just like popped out of existence. I think.
I wish I remember. I read it just before. I read it not too long before the Infinity War movie came out, and I think Doug's right. They just kind of popped.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to spoil how Endgame is going to happen? How do they all come back?
I don't think they're going to do it in Endgame, so I don't mind spoiling it. Okay, so when this happens, remember, Thanos is with the Infinity Gauntlet a god. Like, he is not only omnipotent, he's omniscient. And so after he kills half the universe and Death is still acting all, I don't care, I'm not impressed, Thanos is getting really frustrated. He has, for some reason, Mephisto, the Prince of Lies and the Devil, as his, counselor. I don't know why he would do that. But he convinces Thanos that the reason Death isn't impressed is because there's no risk. He's not taking any chances. It's all a foregone conclusion. So what Thanos does is he disables the informational inputs from the gems into his mind, so he doesn't have his omniscience. And he goes, this way the heroes have like a 0.04% chance of winning. Like,
oh, dude, that's some Bond villain shit.
Yeah. He's like, I had 100% chance of winning, but I'm going to give him like, a fraction of a percent, and that'll show Death that I'm brave.
Oh, that's so lame.
That is incredibly lame. Yeah. Continue, Doug, please.
No, but some of the ways he kills all of the various heroes that show up to fight him in the comic, the heroes that survived the snap, are actually represented in the movies, and I thought that was worth mentioning. Like, do you remember what he does with the reality gem to Drax and Mantis in Infinity War?
Oh yeah, when he turns them into like this kind of weird dicey stuff. Like, he dices them up almost.
Yeah, he turns Drax into cubes, and Mantis gets all like elongated and like in like ribbons.
Yes.
Oh right. Yeah.
He does stuff like that to a bunch of the characters. He kills the heroes in some really weird and vicious ways in the Infinity Gauntlet comics. He turns Nova, Richard Rider, just turns him into cubes. Wolverine stabs him in the chest, so he just turns Wolverine into rubber. Like, no bones, or like all of his bones, flesh, organs are just rubber. He can't move. He's just
Fantastic.
a pile of goo. Weird. He creates an impenetrable, square, invisible force field around Cyclops' head, and he suffocates to death while Captain America tries to break the force field off with his shield.
Hang on a second. This is kind of a silly question, because this is like mass death of the Marvel universe. Yeah. You said this is what, 90?
91.
Was that before or after Death of Superman?
Before.
Oh wow.
But the thing,
I mean-
the thing is, Death Superman was supposedly supposed to be like an in continuity mainstream thing that was going to persist, and everybody knew that at the end of Infinity Gauntlet, like they're clearly not going to leave every hero in the Marvel universe dead.
Right. Okay. I just wasn't too sure if this happened like before or after like the mass killing of like a lot of comic book heroes, because I always read about how for a while they were offing everybody to push comics.
Mhm.
So
I
I wasn't
mean-
sure if this fell under that.
One would say that Thanos was destined to job this one way or another.
He actually brings it up himself later, and I'll get to that right after we finish talking about how he loses, which is in a moment of basically kind of not paying attention and being caught off guard by a counterattack by the few heroes who survived the initial attack. Nebula, his daughter, gets the gauntlet, but she is not nearly as proficient at wielding it, and essentially fucks up, and eventually the gauntlet ends up in the hands of Adam Warlock, who is a character who has long been intertwined with Thanos since Adam Warlock's first appearance, I believe, in the early 80s. One of the few things Thanos did during the 80s.
He was also in one of the movie post credit scenes, technically.
Really?
Yeah, for
Who-
Guardians
I-
2.
Yeah, in the cocoon. They didn't show the character. He was in his cocoon.
Who the fuck is Adam Warlock?
He's a man. He's supposed to be like the genetically perfect like organism or something.
Okay.
And he's got gold skin, and he's aloof.
Lots of superpowers, unexplained really how much power wise he's got. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
All right.
looks like he stepped out of the comics in like the mid to late 60s.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So now I'm going to plow through the next two storylines because they're much less important.
Okay.
Okay. So next is the comic book Infinity War, which is nothing like the movie Infinity War. Okay. So after Infinity Gauntlet, Eternity, who is the living embodiment of the universe, and one of the three beings in the universe more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet, because Eternity created the Infinity Gauntlet, or the Infinity Gems at least, decides that the gems can never again be brought together, and to assist with this, Adam Warlock and Eternity and the other cosmic beings reach a deal where they will form something called the Infinity Watch, where there'll be 6 members and they each protect one of the Infinity Stones to make sure that no one ever gets their hands on all of them again. And it turns out, they reveal later, that the secret 6th member was Thanos, even after he had the Infinity Gauntlet.
Ed, say it. I know you want to.
No, I'm good.
I was expecting the Vince McMahon. It was me, Austin,
Oh.
but okay.
It was me. It
Right.
was Thanos all along.
Yeah, so Infinity War happens, and Adam Warlock's evil twin Magus, which is canon and goes all the way back to the early 80s, that storyline I was just talking about, gets the Infinity Gauntlet for his own agenda. Thanos is more of a side character. Doesn't really matter what happens. Magus loses, obviously. And then finally, the next one is Infinity Crusade, where it turns out, oh, okay, Magus was Adam Warlock's evil side. Let's show his good side. But his good side was this, like, zealotous cosmic being obsessed with unity and order to the point of subduing free will.
Oh.
And so then they solve that problem. And then after this, Thanos is like, every time I've achieved godhood, I've let it slip between my fingers. And part of me wonders if maybe that's, something that I've done to myself. Maybe my subconscious doesn't want me to grasp it. I'm just
Oh, God.
gonna chill here and farm for a bit and think about life.
So, giant purple mad titan god, space god, is like, raising some cows sound pretty good.
Mostly crops. And he has a scarecrow where it's just like two sticks like tied in a cross, and then he has his Thanos costume over it.
I think I know where this goes. So he's working on this farm, and all of a sudden, an alien from another planet crashes, and this kid has powers that he gets from the sun.
And then Thanos kills him and offers him to his lady.
Thanos still has a hard-on for death, by the way. Like, that just doesn't stop.
Really?
It does temporarily, and then comes back.
I was gonna say bullshit. He got a giant farming, throbbing erection.
Yeah, I was gonna say the thing
He's
is,
got a farming, throbbing erection.
even Thanos knows if an erection lasts more than 4 hours that you need to give it a chill. So sometimes he gets mad at her, and then he forgives her like a bitch.
What if in the movies, because as we had determined already, the movies, he's like, you know, this mid-2000s emo kid. What if instead of him becoming an actual farmer, he just gets addicted to farming simulators?
I literally can't even.
And then instead of
Did
him
Doug
like,
just say I literally can't even?
I think he did.
That motherfucker
yeah.
loves Farmville.
I wanted to follow up with can't even and then say something, but I literally couldn't even think of something to say after can't
That
even.
motherfucker loves Stardew Valley.
That's a fun game.
Oh man, he is blowing up your fucking Facebook notifications.
And then instead of, you know, him just constantly getting shit from death, he just gets a bunch of shit from like chicks he like sends dick pics to on Tumblr. I mean on Tinder, whatever the kids use these days.
Oh my god.
Who knows?
You know, he doesn't even send him dick pics. He just sends him pics of his chin.
Yeah.
Who could tell the difference?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
All
man.
right, so
Disney, hire me.
we are slowly making progress through his storyline now. Let's move on to the next big storyline with Thanos, which is an
an actual good one.
yeah, a really good one.
How do you actually feel, Paulo?
Oh, this is a very exciting storyline. Go ahead, Doug.
All right, we are going
your
to
reaction.
we're going to talk about the 2006 series Annihilation.
Annihilation, sir?
Sorry, Annihilation.
The way it's spelled
Nailed
is
it.
fucking terrible. Yeah, clearly.
Wait, that's that isn't how you spell annihilation, is it?
No, it's annihilation.
Annihilation.
Yeah. Because
Wow,
technically
wait
the villain of the story isn't Thanos.
No, it's not. He's a side character, but he's an important one. Surprisingly enough, the main character of Annihilation is Annihilus.
Whoa! Wait, is this the one where they drew Drax like he was Kratos?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I think I have read this.
Yeah, you have. It was actually one of the first things you read on our recommendation.
Yes.
Yeah. This is where Annihilus, like the bug man from the Negative Zone,
Fantastic Four villain.
yeah, leads something called the Annihilation Wave, which is a seemingly endless army of terrifying insect monstrosities from the Negative Zone into the positive
Regular Marvel universe, yeah.
I like that Pixie song. Oh wait, it was a wave of mutilation. My bad.
Oh, that is a good song though.
It is.
Fair enough.
That was a wave of mutilation, let's be honest here.
So, in this storyline, Thanos teams up with Annihilus and helps him capture Galactus even to use as a weapon. They like mount him to a ship and basically make Galactus a cannon.
I was just about to say they just fucking Galactus cannon. Let's go.
Yeah. And what I love is there's a character named Moondragon, and she asks him, like, how are you okay with this? How are you okay with serving under somebody? And Thanos just goes, I'm just so tired of repeating the same cycles of my life over and over. I just want to see how this plays out. It might be interesting to see a shift in the power dynamic of the universe.
Why are you serving anybody? Have you seen our sweet Galactus cannon?
That would have been a great answer too.
Look, I know you may think a trebuchet is a superior siege weapon, but you should see how fucking far you can launch a 300 kilogram projectile with this baby.
Now, a very brief mention of something that happened.
Sorry, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's all right, man. It's a
I'm
funny
just
episode.
laughing at
It's
somebody
funny.
trying to fucking like compare a trebuchet to fucking Galactus.
Galactus cannon.
No,
Oh, mon ami.
guys, like this catapult's pretty cool.
So I did forget to
Fuck
mention something that's
Galactus, though.
somewhat important. It happened before Annihilation. Okay, I call it a lover spat. The Silver Surfer starts having images of Death appearing in his mind, and like Death appears to be courting him somehow. So the Silver Surfer goes to the person that he knows Death the best, Thanos, and tries to ask him what's up with this. Thanos gets jealous and literally beats the Silver Surfer to death.
Can you explain to me why your lady is trying to come to me? Oh, I'm so angry now. I'm gonna beat you to death with your own surfboard.
So I saw this lady with a skull for her face, and she was wearing a Canucks jersey. She likes the Habs.
But
it's a little Canada joke for you guys there.
you're welcome, Canada. No, but so Thanos is not just mad at the Surfer because of his jealousy. He's mad at Death. So he takes the body of the Surfer, or the soul of the Surfer, one or the other, into the realm of Death to confront Death herself and throw a hissy fit.
Who are you talking to? Who have you been messaging on MySpace?
Give me your phone. Give me your phone.
Give me your phone.
You've roared at my girl the last time.
Yep. So he's throwing this hissy fit, and Death's kind of having none of it. And to spite Death, he's like, "All right, you know what? If you want him, I'm taking him away from you." And somehow he brings him back to life, the Surfer, and he's like, "I'm not letting you have him." And so Death's like, "Oh yeah? Well, you'll never have me, ever. You can't die, bitch."
Oh yeah, it makes him immortal.
Yeah. So I bring that up because at the end of Annihilation, Thanos does betray Annihilus after he finds out Annihilus didn't want to conquer the universe; he wanted to destroy it. So then he frees Galactus, and after doing so, gets killed by Drax in a really amusing scene where Thanos looks down and sees a hand coming through his chest from the back, holding his heart, and Thanos just looks at it and goes, "Huh, interesting."
And then just dies.
Yeah. And while he dies, he sees Death appear to him, and apparently Death has allowed him to die.
And just like that, Thanos is dead. End of story. We no longer need to talk about him. But not really, though, guys.
Yeah.
Not really. 'Cause
Psych!
of course,
Because Death immediately resurrects him and makes him unkillable again.
Death is a bitch.
Yeah, Death really... Like,
Seriously.
Yo,
thing is,
you know
okay,
what else
Thanos-
Death loves
yeah.
to do? Cuckold him.
He really does. Or she really does. And the thing is Thanos is a monster, but Death is such a catty little bitch in the Marvel Universe.
Really is, though.
I mean, Thanos keeps falling for her shit, though. I mean, like, yeah, Thanos is such a little punk.
So
Who's responsible for all these problems? It's the idiot who keeps coming back for more.
yeah. All right. So we're almost through to where he is now. The next major storyline is something called the Thanos Imperative. This is the storyline where Death brings Thanos back to life and makes him immortal again. And due to another storyline in War of Kings, which we won't get into, but
I'm still stuck on that line. Made him immortal again.
yeah, I know.
That's
funny.
Fucking comic books, man.
But in the Thanos Imperative, due to a breach between universes caused by, an event from another storyline, something called the Cancerverse starts to leak into our universe. What the Cancerverse is it's a universe where the Captain Marvel of that universe made a deal with like certain Lovecraftian beings called the Many-Angled Ones to kill the concept of death.
The many-angled ones?
Yeah, it's actually really interesting, though.
Yeah, it's a play off of like the Great Old Ones. They're supposed to be eldritch beings, like Lovecraftian.
It's a bunch
okay.
of Cthulhu's.
Yeah.
Oh, like angler as in the fish. fishing. I guess.
angled as if they
Like,
what's it called?
have many angles that like are kind of conflicting and don't go with Euclidean geometry.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
that you're telling me that these beings are just a bunch of non-Euclidean geometry. Not for nothing though, Matt bringing up the angler fish.
Not too far off.
No, not for nothing. That'd be terrifying because those things themselves, the fangly fishes with the lights on top of them,
Mm.
they are living Elder Tars. Like, tell me they're not.
I mean,
no,
everything
you're-
that pretty much lives at the bottom of the ocean is an elder tar.
I'm
let's be
pretty
honest.
Yeah.
sure H.P. Lovecraft created the ocean. Like,
Okay,
you seen
so
those things?
all right, I'm almost through this, and we only got a little after that, and then we can start talking about the movies more. So, so in this storyline, every being in the Cancerverse is incapable of death, and like you blow off their head, and they just start like growing like fucking Cthulhu tentacles and shit from it. And they're also all corrupted by the elder beings, primarily Shumagorath, who fans
Ooh.
may.
Oh man, Shumagorath from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep. Who fan?
Oh man, Shumagorath, my favorite Godzilla villain.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, for fans who either might know him from the video games or from old Doctor Strange comic books, but yeah. So the purpose of this is that Thanos takes a team of the most powerful, like cosmic beings that aren't like Galactus level. So it's Thanos, Nova Prime, it was a power of like all the Nova Corps, the Silver Surfer, Gladiator, who's practically Silver Age Superman in a lot of ways, Quasar, who's like a much more powerful version of Green Lantern, and then Ronan the Accuser, who feels inadequate the entire series.
Wait, Ronan the Accuser. That's not the same Ronan from
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Ah, okay, cool.
And they go into the Cancerverse to find a way to try and stop it and like stop the bleed, close the breach. And what they end up doing is Thanos becomes the avatar of death. And so the evil Eldritch corrupted Captain Marvel thinks by killing him, they'll kill death in the universe they're invading, the 616 mainstream Marvel universe. But what it does is by killing Thanos in the Cancerverse, instead of doing what he wanted, what it does is it allows the concept of death back into the Cancerverse.
Oh.
And so that's how they stop that threat. And then Thanos and Nova and was Star-Lord also trapped there?
Star-Lord, yes.
Yeah. And so the three of them get trapped in the Cancerverse, temporarily, of course, comics.
Which does the stupidest thing they could have ever done. But continue, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But that's pretty much it, though. They're stuck there, and Thanos doesn't come up again until the storyline Infinity, which is funny because even in that, they never explain how he got out of the Cancerverse at all. They don't even mention it.
Marvel. Just another fucking baby in a blizzard.
I love that I have made that a thing.
Yeah, yo, I'll give you full credit for that. Marvel loves their babies in a blizzard. That's all it is. It's fucking bastards just leaving storylines there. Do you understand? They killed off one of my favorite fucking characters, the Nova Prime, Richard Rider, to stuck in the cancer for supposedly dying a heroic fucking death there. And for what? They never bring it back up.
I know. And he was the best Nova and the best costume. And also, I kind of liked it when he had the whole power of the core.
I'm not going to get into that.
All right.
I'm not because I'm going on a freaking tirade.
Yeah, I know. So, next we have the storyline that introduces a bunch of characters that you may recognize from the movies. We have the storyline Infinity, which has nothing to do with the Infinity Gems, which is kind of funny.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I kind of, for whatever reason, I don't know why it bugs me so much. Don't know why the movies changed the gems to stones.
Yeah, I know. Like,
That bothers you?
yeah, that and the fact they also changed the colors, but
Yeah.
that's
thought
been
it-
explained though.
Yeah, I think I didn't somebody fuck it up in like one of the first movies or something because it was like
Yeah.
between multiple studios and,
Well,
it was like
it's that
and they had to run with it or something.
It's that they didn't know that they were going to be successful enough to last long enough to make like the Infinity Gauntlet Thanos storyline happen. So they just started with the Cosmic Cube, which has always been blue in the comics. And so to explain his powers, they had to make it the Space Stone or the Space Gem. And blue was always the Mind Stone, or the Mind Gem. So they had to then change the colors all around. And then I don't know why they had to be stones instead of gems. That I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind them not calling it the gems because all it makes me think of is that stupid fighting game. What was it called? X-Men something
Marvel
gems.
Superheroes?
No, the one where you beat it was on Super Nintendo where you beat the piss out of people and gems fall out and you got to get them.
X-Men versus Steven Universe and the Crystal Gems.
No, it wasn't that. I can't remember.
I literally think there's a Marvel Superheroes beat 'em up game. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah. No, that was a real fighter. Either way, though, it was
No. They were both called Marvel Superheroes.
Yeah, you're right. It was Marvel Superheroes. That's it. Yeah, I hated that fucking game.
Why?
The gems are stupid. I hated it. Once Marvel versus Capcom and X-Men versus Street Fighter hit, I was like, yes, this is what it's about.
I feel like nowadays though they're always the Infinity Stones now. They're no longer the Infinity Gems.
Yeah, the movies have taken priority. They even recolored them in the comic books to look like the movies.
Yep. That just shows you the power of the movies now.
Well, that is where they make most of their money.
Mainstream media making it for Marvel, making them the money instead of the comic books. That's why the comic books are in such a state of disarray.
Well, it's going to get better now that Disney owns Fox, and now they're going to start making X-Men comics like with real effort now.
Oh well, they just put one of the writers who actually wrote that Thanos storyline, Infinity. He's now writing the X-Men, starting in July, I believe. He's going to start writing X-Men.
Oh, nifty! Which
is exciting because I actually really like him. He's written some of the wildest fucking stuff in Marvel. So like I actually might start picking up X-Men comics again as a result of that.
Are you talking about Jonathan Hickman?
Jonathan Hickman, indeed. Jonathan Hickman, who wrote Infinity. He wrote that whole thing where the Secret Wars with Doctor Doom becoming God Emperor Doom.
Didn't
who was
he
a better
have a hand in Annihilation? Am I wrong?
No, I don't think he did. You think
the name sounds familiar to me?
He's written a lot of really good long stuff. Like he's been writing good stuff for a while. Like I actually highly recommend another series that he wrote called Shield, but it's not about Shield as in like Agents of Shield or anything like that. It actually is this crazy story where Galileo actually went up into the Leonardo da Vinci actually went up into the sun to reignite it at one point. He fought Galactus. Michelangelo actually exists in all periods of time everywhere.
Nifty.
It's really fucking weird, but it's really friggin' cool.
All right.
So
Doug, let's get back to Thanos.
I actually misspoke when I said it didn't have anything to do with the Infinity Gems. It did. That was actually one of the two reasons that Thanos and his Black Order went to Earth. The Black Order is the minions you see in the movies. Now there's 5 of them in the comics. They decided not to include Supergiant in the movie. I don't know why they just didn't. I guess they felt 4 was better, and they also renamed Black Dwarf because I guess they just didn't want to care to name Black Dwarf.
Yeah, I can see how that could backfire.
So they renamed him Cull Obsidian, which is actually a secondary name for the Black Order itself in the comics. But yeah, so you have Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, Supergiant, Ebony Maw, and Black
Ebony
Dwarf.
Maw.
Ebony Maw.
Is it Ebony Maw?
Yeah, I know.
It was just the Ebony Maw.
I thought so too, and Ebony Maw sounds so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does though. Like I feel like it's more
but it's Ebony.
Nefarious. I don't know.
No, I agree completely. So they go to Earth because they find out that the Illuminati the smart heroes of Earth who kind of converge in secret to decide what happens with everything else on Earth.
The goddamn globalists.
Yeah, Thanos finds out that they each have an Infinity Gem, so he sends his Black Order to Earth to find them. But the second thing he's looking for is he has a son on Earth, and they find his son, and his son finds out before this that he's an Inhuman and is living in an Inhuman colony, but he hasn't undergone Terrigenesis, which is how Inhumans get their powers. So like Thanos and Ebony Maw show up and they like kill everybody in that fucking like city, and as a resort, Black Bolt releases a Terrigen bomb to release mist upon any survivors of that, and that's how Thanos' son Thane gets his powers and also becomes a deviant. Because
his name is Thane.
Yes, it is. And Thane has like death powers, which of course he does.
So is Thane just Bane if Mike Tyson was reading a Batman comic book?
No, but I like your interpretation better.
All right. My question is this: who is his mom?
Who was his mom? I'm blanking.
Like if you're fucking if Thanos only had a hard-on for death.
Oh, Thanos has actually had progeny across the universe. In fact, at one point, to prove his love for death, he went throughout the universe and killed everything he'd ever sired.
He just murdered all his kids.
Yeah,
okay.
to prove that he loved death and death alone.
God,
yeah,
Thanos.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, real relatable, guys. Just saying.
I'm telling you, man, that pterodactyl man just wanted to turn people into dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Way more relatable.
So at the end of the storyline, Thane manages to use some kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but he encloses Thanos and Corvus Glaive in this like yellow cube that like freezes them in time. It's like a state of like neither life nor death or something. But of course he gets out of that eventually. Now, leading up to Secret Wars, we've talked about that before, where all the multiverse was collapsing, and they were having convergence events where two realities would intertwine. And if one of the Earths wasn't destroyed, both realities, not just the Earths, but both realities, both universes were obliterated. So,
oh wait! I remember how he gets out of that. Namor lets him out because Namor's another piece of shit.
Yeah. So Thanos, his Black Order,
winged feet.
Yeah. So Thanos, his Black Order, and Namor start being this proactive force against convergences, and every time there's a convergence, they go to the other Earth and kill it.
You mean you could say they're like the anti-Illuminati, if you will?
Oh,
goddamn globalists!
All right, Doug, how much more we got to get through?
Not much. That's pretty much it. He starts killing, other universes, but eventually convergence happens. Secret Wars happens. Thanos tries to talk shit to God Doom. Does not go well for him.
In other words,
he does not have a good time.
Yeah, Doom is a better villain than Thanos.
Yeah, Doom ripped his spine and skull out of his chest.
Isn't Thanos currently dead in the comics? Didn't Gamora behead him?
Yes, he is dead in the comics currently because of that. But again,
I mean, that won't last long. We know that.
Exactly, it's comics. But
God, we need to do an episode just on death and comics.
The very last thing I want to talk about, though, is this great compilation.
Of Thanos' death?
No, it was a compilation of 5 issues of the Thanos series, issues 13 to 18, and also Thanos Annual #1. It was called Thanos Wins. And,
ooh, what does Thanos do in these?
The storyline takes place millions and millions and millions of years into the future, where present-day Thanos gets summoned by future Thanos, because at this point Thanos has killed almost everything in the universe.
But he killed everything in the universe.
Not everything. There's a couple things left alive.
Oh man, crazy fucking cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yes,
he's getting there.
Yeah. So the survivors of this universe are Thanos, the Hulk, who he has chained
as a
in his
pet.
chained in his
Yeah.
basement, and as a terrified, beaten, abused pet, like who fucking cowers like at the very sight of Thanos. Like Thanos has
Oh,
abused
damn.
him for millennia, if not longer, but he can't kill him. That's the funny thing.
Hysterical.
Thanks, Ed. The other living thing is some being that they just refer to as the Worthy, and it's old Thanos' last threat in the universe, and he needs younger Thanos' help to stop him. And it turns out the Worthy is the Silver Surfer, who has spent thousands of years training himself to become morally and mentally worthy of Mjolnir.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so that's the final battle,
It's
and
hammer time.
so together the two Thanoses do manage to kill the Surfer. Oh, and the other character is the Cosmic Ghost Rider, who is
Frank Castle.
Frank Castle, who became Galactus's herald, so he has the power cosmic, but also is a spirit of vengeance.
Please tell me he's riding that sweet motorcycle
He
in
is.
space.
He is.
Yes.
Literally
He is.
is.
And also he's insane. He's almost like Deadpool because he's been alive for millions of years and seen too much. So, but after this, Thanos is modern day Thanos is like, you could have done this yourself. Why did you bring me here? And old Thanos was like, I'm at the end. Like I've done everything. I need you to kill me. And so they start fighting, and finally, old Thanos is on his knees, like going, "Just end it, kill me, please, I beg you." And modern day Thanos just goes, "Thanos does not beg. Not only am I not going to kill you, I'm going to go back to my time and make sure that I never turn into the pathetic piece of like trash you are." Because frankly, if I ever get to a point where I beg anybody for anything, then
I shouldn't exist, essentially.
yeah, exactly. And so he just leaves. And actually, that's when Death gives him a little like wink and a nod, kind of smile, like, "Yeah, that's what I wanted you to see here. Be the Thanos I want, not that old bastard."
Well, doesn't Cosmic Ghost Rider then go back in time, steal baby Thanos?
Yes.
And now he's running around with baby Thanos on the motorcycle.
Yep. Yes. He raises baby Thanos. Baby Thanos turns into the Punisher, basically, and Frank's like, "Oh man, I did a good job," and then he realizes like there's this utopia, and he's like, "Wait a minute, what's that down there? Oh, that is a dystopian like slum ghetto, like full of violence." And he's like, "Yeah, that's where all the criminals go." And he's like, "No, you don't get it. You're not supposed to be like this. I raised you to be better." He's like, "Did you?
Did you really?"
He's like, "You're the Punisher," and he's like, "All right."
That's what current
baby
Thanos currently.
Thanos,
That's
like-
baby Thanos, exactly.
Yeah, so
it's like baby Darkseid.
So at that point, Cosmic Ghost Rider kills that Thanos, and then goes back in time and puts the baby Thanos he kidnapped back in the crib because he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna fuck it up worse.
Oh man, what a story!
The cyclical nature of comics.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I want?
Amazing.
You know what I really want?
What?
What do you really, really want?
I want Cosmic Ghost Rider to race Thanos in his Thanos copter.
Ooh, that'd be a good race.
Who wins?
You know who wins?
The readers.
fans.
Who wins? We all lose. Pick a side.
So we've discussed all this. Let's talk about how they're gonna stop Thanos in the movies.
Oh, we already discussed that.
Yeah,
Huh?
we totally already discussed this.
Ant-Man shrinks down,
Yeah.
crawls up his booty hole, and then expands, and then bam, bam.
Yeah, done.
You guys have already written this off as a foregone conclusion, though.
Mhm.
We've seen how durable Thanos is.
Have we?
The Hulk beat on him, like, and Thanos was like, this is nothing.
Yeah, but
No,
we don't know if his insides are quite as invulnerable.
We don't. But what if they are? Because I'm saying Ant-Man just may crawl up there and start trying to grow, find himself unable to, and just give like Thanos like a really intense prostate orgasm.
So,
What
so
the hell would he
what you're
say?
telling me is that the real end game is that Thanos just gets to explore his sexuality with Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it's called Happy Ending Game.
Good night, everybody.
If you have questions, a topic you would like us to cover, or wish to simply tell us all the facts we screwed up, feel free to contact us at layman's guide to the multiverse at gmail.com. Also, feel free to visit our website at laymansguidetothemultiverse.com. Our intro music is Dance Rocket, off the album Descent of the Goober Monster by Jesse Spillane, and is licensed under an Attribution 4.0 International CC by 4.0 license off http://freemusicarchive.org. Our intermission music is Crinoline Dreams by Kevin MacLeod off incomptech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license, http://creativecommons.org/license/by/3.0/ and our outro music is Miami Nights Extended Theme, also by Kevin MacLeod, off incomptech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license, http://creativecommons.org/license/by/3.0/